help?
Nope, we're live. Well, not live, but it's recording.
Hello, audience. Hello, Bo in Africa. I hope you're watching this and having fun wherever you are. All right, so the way that this starts is you guys are all sitting, chilling at home, doing whatever it is that you're doing, having, good or bad times, whatever it may be. When all of a sudden, you all feel an intense ripping sensation. You feel like your body is being stretched across eternity. Your sight fades to black, your physical senses go numb, and then rather abruptly and instantaneously, you find yourself falling, and you end up falling about 7 feet onto a sandy beach. Now, the sensation may be pretty awful for some. For some, it may not be too bad, but you are just lying in just a jumble of bodies. You notice that you guys are all just in a clump. You have no idea who these people are. You've never seen them before. And you have no idea how you got there. But it is a beautiful day. You're on basically a pristine island beach. There's golden sand. It's sunny. There's a jungle off to your right. It's quite lovely. For those of you who are a little bit more observant and are able to adapt to your environment a little bit quickly, you notice a few other details. For example, there is a scrawny, skinny young man, not too far away, just standing on the beach looking super surprised. And then there's also just piles of what could only be described as junk everywhere. There is piles of bricks, piles of dead fish. There is a Ford F-150 pickup truck. There is a granite pillar kind of wedged into the sand. Just all sorts of random just stuff scattered all over the place. And so that's where you guys find yourselves. All right, at the beginning of this campaign.
When you say bodies, kind of dead bodies or just these bodies?
These bodies, they're all squirming. One of them is a little bit slimy.
Oh.
That's gross. Well, then that's great.
That was fantastic.
Well, then first, check to see if I've got my books.
So you lost everything except for what was on your person.
Oh, well, I assume my spell book is still here. That I don't go far with. Sit up upright. And look around. Well, this isn't Sharn, is it? Do I know any of you? I don't drink much, but I'm pretty sure I would remember. No, I'm pretty sure I wouldn't remember if I was drinking. Although I don't drink much. But I could.
What's your race again, Eugene?
Tabaxi.
Tabaxi.
Yes.
It's like a cat person, but with backwards hands.
No, backward hands is a Rakshasa.
Oh. Well,
My picture is like, so it looks like.
Yeah, just twist it. I stared at that picture for a long time to make sure that it wasn't a Rakshasa.
sorry, I totally thought that's what it was.
No, just weird turning of the wrists if you follow the elbow.
I stand up and I kind of dust myself off and I just kind of look at you guys. And I don't say anything.
Are you the mayor of Greywall?
It's a creature from hell! I draw my
Hold on, oh, wait! Wait!
I'm just like
Wait!
Hey, Emily, dear, it is starting to get a little hot. You might
So-
crack the window just a little bit.
Are you attempting to cast a spell upon me, Tabaxi?
Did it work?
Thank you.
I don't feel
Well,
any
why don't you
different.
open it all the way?
Okay, well then, no.
Thanks.
But this could be the mayor of Greywall. They're very important. Like they frequently get invited into Sharn during special events or when the king of Breland is trying to make a good impression to the daughters
This
of
is a
Sorkel.
creature from
All right,
hell.
all right, all right, all
And if there's
right.
no objections, I will send it back to
Before
its
you
home.
say
I
anything,
object.
I object.
before you say anything, You lesser creatures need to understand that I have had a lot of time to think about my new life since I have been here for the past, 5 seconds, okay? And I've come to the conclusion that even though I am a supreme being, I shall not kill anyone unless I want to or need to.
Did you summon us forth, foul demon?
No, I have not, lesser human. But you're not human.
I am.
Lesser human.
But
You
wouldn't
still
know
didn't
'cause
tell
I'm
me if
wearing
you're the mayor of Greywall.
I am not the mayor of this Grey Wall. I am a supreme being!
Okay, but the mayor of Greywall is also a supreme being.
Have we all died and gone to
Do you worship the
paradise?
daughters of Sorkel? Do you?
I worship the Elder Brain.
That's yet to be
You
done.
imbecile!
Is that from Droam?
This island is too nice.
Someone kill him before I eat his brains.
You know, I would probably be very nutritious, but I can run really fast, and so I'm pretty sure you would be able to catch
You, skinny one. When to stomp over him. Did you summon us here?
Maybe. I'm gonna go with yes. I'm
Why?
sorry.
How did you do that?
By what power have you brought us here?
Let me introduce myself. My name's Sorrel. I am a wizard.
Oh, me too!
Oh, that's great.
Not a very good one.
No, I just graduated.
Not you, you imbecile. Him!
Oh,
I haven't graduated.
I'm actually pretty good.
So I actually am still in training. My master actually sent me all the way the heck out here to practice and get better.
That's good.
So I'm a conjuring wizard.
This is a
Conjuring.
very calming place to practice.
It is for now. Yeah.
Back in Sharn, they used to have special rooms. They were constructed by House Cannon. Have you been to those special rooms? Because they're certainly not as calming as say the beach. But have you been to those?
No, but it sounds similar to the university in Anvillion.
Enough! Why did you bring us here?
So that was a complete accident. You see, I'm kind of taken aback. I've actually never conjured anything intelligent before. So this is kind of a first for me.
Well, you see, we're not exactly conjured. We're more like summoned. It's kind of a transmutation kind of a deal. And so you're kind of offbeat as far as conjuring. Because conjuring is more creation out of nothing.
Wait,
a
hold on a second. Are you telling me that you are from someplace?
Yes. Did I not mention Sharn? Or Droam? Because that's where I think they're from.
You just disconnected me from my hive. Give me a good reason why I should not walk over there and eat your brains.
The daughters of Sorkel will be very upset if you do.
And the moment you do,
You're
I will kill you.
next.
I want an insight check. I want to know should they recognize the name Daughters of Sorkel.
The moment you slay anyone, I will drive you to the ground.
Dice and dice trays over there.
I would need a dice tray.
That would be a total of 20. Dirty.
Yes.
It's her backstory.
Okay. Okay, I don't think she's from Droram.
Okay.
Do you know what I'm talking about?
Kind of the foggiest.
Are you from Karnath? Karnath?
No.
Eldine Reaches.
No.
Dragoon. No, you're human.
Yes.
Okay, so Brilland?
No,
Are you a survivor of Sire?
I don't know who that is.
No, that's a place. Well, was a place. Is still kind of a place. Valinar.
No.
No? I know where you're from. The Rydran Unity.
Where do you hail from?
I'm actually from the kingdom of Nordstrom.
Sounds pretty
Nordstrom.
Yeah.
Is that in Rydra? Because they're very secretive.
No, it's actually hundreds of miles east of here.
Oh, so we're in Rydra.
No, we are actually on the Hadwin Peninsula.
Peninsula.
Yeah.
I'm going to
So what were you trying to conjure when we fell out of the sky?
He kind of thinks about it for a second. He's like, I was hungry, so I was just trying to get some food.
Elder brains, help me. You are an imbecile.
Don't be rude to him.
Does anyone have food? I think I have some rations. Then it would have been a successful spell with a delightful side effect.
I could eat you. I could suck out your brains and feed it to you.
The situation as delightful.
It's just a learning opportunity. Like, I may be the first to really dare have, like, an exploration. Argatessin? Is that where we are? Are we on the continent of Argatessin? Is there a lot of dragons?
There are a couple of dragons.
A lot
I know
of dragons. Are you familiar with the draconic prophecy?
No.
Tabaxi, what is your name? What is your name?
I'm Puffy White Clouds.
Well, Puffy White Clouds, it seems to me that there is no frame of reference for your questions. We're clearly somewhere very far off the beaten map. Speaking of, you summoned me in the midst of a war raid, wizard. I have a request of you.
What's that?
I want you to summon my war horse. You
Alright.
whisked me from its back.
I can give it a shot. Not gonna promise it though.
If you fail, I will merely demand payment for my lost property.
You know,
I bet if you try the food thing again, maybe you'll get his horse. Because, like, that is closer to food than actually us. It's possible that the Illithid was summoned because we are considered food to you.
Exactly.
that is possible. I have noticed that in my conjurings, a lot of times it's a matter of focus. You know, a lot of times I'm not quite able to get what I want, but a lot of times something like similar will pop up, or the complete opposite.
I get the feeling you have a struggle with focus.
Yeah, you know, it's one of those things. Yeah.
I'm gonna take my glaive and hold the blade at your chest, point first, and say, "Are you focusing?
Yes, I'm very focused.
Bring me my war horse."
Okay, I'll try.
Now, just a point of clarification. Like, my character, we wouldn't necessarily know this, but the premise is we were summoned from different worlds or from other parts of this world.
Could be either or.
I'm not
So I can
from
take
this
it now.
world.
So this whole campaign is technically a set in the material planes. Faerun is on the same globe. So you could be somewhere from the world. You could be from a completely different universe.
Okay. So I'm going to come over to you, and I'm going to start talking to you because all the places you were mentioning, I'm also a well-traveled and educated person, and I have not heard of it.
You haven't heard of any of the places I've mentioned?
I get the feeling...
Talentia Plains. Moorholds. Thrain.
Nope.
Ondare.
Not ringing a bell.
Zilargo.
I get the feeling that
What's your
we
race?
are not from the same place.
What race are you?
I'm half-elf.
Half-elf. Half-elf. Okay. More than likely... Aranon. No, they don't like half-elves in Aranon. Are you familiar with the Court of the Undying?
I genuinely also don't know any of the things that you're listing, so if those are
The
like
sovereign
places-
host.
Like,
Do
that's
you consider
not
the
the
sovereign
character.
sovereign host? Like,
Like, I'm half elf too. And I'm
okay, just so you know, puffy white clouds is how I express the vast amount of Eberron lore that is in my head.
It all comes together.
And he just talks and talks and talks.
Exactly. So, half elf, Sharn, the Dagger River. Are you familiar with the last war?
I just walk away from you.
Enough of this.
Yeah.
Sorrel, feeling the immense pressure from this hulking paladin, is going to attempt to conjure his warhorse. Describe what it looks like for me.
It's big and brown. It's covered in scars. Its name is Battleshod.
Okay. Here we go. So he
I say sure.
he lifts his hands, and then all of a sudden, let's do the roll.
Oh no.
Okay.
Racing class right now?
All right.
I'm a dwarf cleric, or a hill dwarf cleric.
You might actually still get what you want.
That would be impressive.
Since he's distracted, can I give you
My character.
Cody, where's all the good dice?
I don't know. The pretty dice?
Yeah.
Check that black box. Sorry. I went to print this out, and it didn't come out in nice, easy lines.
What is your race?
Half elf. Oh, the other pretty dice. This one's missing one.
Sorry. I don't know, baby. Yeah,
Those are
I'll have
really
to find it later.
expensive, dude.
Okay. So, basically a bluish portal opens up in the midst of nothing, about 7 feet off the ground, and out of it flies a pterodactyl.
Whoa.
Oh my lord.
Goes, and then it like flops off and flies away.
That was delightful.
I
I've
tried.
only heard of those out on the Talantia Plains or Kubara. I heard that there is some sort of cross migration for those kind of reptiles. Did you know, or you maybe
Could you just keep trying
But-
until his warhorse comes through?
So that's the thing.
Or any horse?
I can only really do this like once a day.
Oh.
Is it
So you
taxing?
just brought
It
all
is.
of us here and then
A pterodactyl.
I guess
You can do
that
it
is
twice a
kind
day.
of a. No, actually, sorry. I can do this twice a day. He has 2 spell slots.
I shall make this pterodactyl my lesser pet.
It's gone already.
Oh.
I'll stand down and I'll say,
great.
well, Sorrel, I
She
appreciate
is.
the attempt. However, I'm still without my warhorse.
I'm sorry about that.
Oh.
I can try
It's
another
okay.
day.
You're hungry.
I might be able to get it next time.
I have some rations. You did summon food.
I do appreciate that.
So what is there around here?
and more importantly, how do we get back?
Oh yeah.
We need to find.
I like this place.
That is the burning question on my mind.
Do you have somewhere to be?
I need to find sustenance.
We all
Yeah,
I
kind of
slowly
said
that.
Brains.
Oh.
Any brains?
Any brains.
Insect brains?
No.
Do they have?
Like, on a scale, like, how small of an animal would do? Like, are we thinking, like,
Cody.
if we caught a
Like
rat?
would like a rabbit
or a
or a rat
mouse?
brain, would that work, Cody?
I'm gonna go with in terms of like human hunger. I'd say it's similar, right? So if
Like
you're
a
a
mountain
person,
lion or a bear?
then that would be like a good feast for you because it's a big brain or a person brain.
But would it like a dog or something small like that? Would that work? Like I need to know what would keep me alive because I have to eat a brain every day.
I'm gonna say with
One brain a day.
I'm gonna say with a small creature.
What is a small creature?
You could go off
Rabbit
of
or bear.
intelligence scores. So the lowest intelligence score probably allowed for PCs is 8. And maybe anything under an 8 lasts for a day, while anything over an 8 lasts for a week.
That'd be okay.
What's the name of
That's
this guy?
confusing.
Sorrel.
That's
SORREL.
intelligence score, all of us have one.
Oh.
Mine's 8. It's as low as you can go for a PC.
Okay.
Sorrel the Conjurer.
But I'm still an intelligent human. And if you ate my brain, you'd be okay for a week.
Ooh, I like that.
This actually does answer a question that I've had for a long time, which is like, is this stuff just created by my magic, or does it just kind of pop up, or is it like drawn from somewhere else. So.
Well, I'm drawn from somewhere else. I don't know where everybody else is. I'm from Eberron.
Well, Master
How many
Sorrel,
moons do you have?
you can rest easy in the fact that you now know
12.
I'm gonna say that there's one main moon.
One main moon?
Yeah.
Okay. You know, we used to have 13. Well, it's rare. The 13th moon is actually more theoretical.
The man in
See,
metal
I-
has something to say.
Sorrel, you can rest assured and rest easy knowing that you're an
What?
interdimensional thief, not a conjurer.
That's what I want.
Oh, you want me to just
On that note, what can you tell us of this land?
Yeah, so, I mean, this land in particular is uninhabited.
You're here.
Um,
You brought us here.
yeah, I don't really count myself as a person.
He's got self-esteem issues.
What an awful
Very
thing to
sad.
say.
Well, now it's very habited.
Yeah. Yeah, I came out here to practice and get better, and I got kicked out of Anvillion, so
You don't say.
Eugene, where's your character?
Oh, I don't have a mini yet.
Oh.
So, whatever mini.
Tell us of this
I
Anvillion.
can grab
What's your race?
Taxi.
So
What's that?
Cat.
Anvillion is the kingdom to the kind of like east and northeast of us. When I say kingdom, it's really kind of a conglomerate of smaller kingdoms, kind of united together under one banner.
Galifar?
No, Anvillion.
Okay. Just making sure. You have just the one, right? You're sure?
Yeah.
You looked at it.
Yeah.
Okay.
Got kicked out of his school. I'm not sure how much we can trust what he says.
About the moon? Do you practice astronomy? Did your school go over astronomical like bodies?
I wish I had a spell to.
So I'm kind of a special study. My magic is kind of rare. I was actually taken in by the,
Did it include moon or moons or lack thereof?
What would
No,
what
okay,
would
so
I
yeah,
have to
maybe-
roll to
maybe
try
you're
and
right.
like, to try
You
and
may not
figure
be
out his
aware of
intelligence,
the
like how
astronomical.
smart he is.
Have you ever heard of the Dominion?
I would
no.
ask
Okay.
Cody.
Cody,
What?
which one would I have to roll to be able to check like see how smart he is, like to read his intelligence?
I would probably go with insight.
Okay, I'm gonna roll for insight because I 15 plus 3, 18,
The intelligence is quite obvious. Got a lot of book smarts.
but he's an idiot. He's not an idiot. He's smart.
Here's my stats.
There we go.
Are you asking about Puffy White Clouds or Sorrel?
Oh, puffy white clouds.
He's very intelligent
Yes.
Okay.
and likes to talk, and probably has a few nuggets of wisdom.
All right.
Very few.
Wisdom or intelligence?
In the rough.
Tell me, Sorrel, if this land's dangerous.
Not as long as you stay on the beach, for the most part.
Beach is nice.
How do you get back to your university?
Well, I came from the north, following along the beach trail, and then at the base of the mountains. That's how I got here.
It seems like a long trip just to practice.
Yeah.
Sharn, you know, they because of all the towers and all the rooms, they actually create some pocket dimensions where you can practice more. Have you studied more of the extraplanar places beyond the material plane? Are you familiar with your planar positions?
No.
It's very fascinating. You see, in Eberron, we have a total of 12. There is the rumored 13.
Puffy
13
White
seems
Clouds, I've had enough talk of magic for one afternoon.
It's
It
not
is
magic,
because
it's
of
extra-
magic that we've ended up on this beach in some unknown and seemingly forsaken land. Now, it seems to me that our best chance for survival is to stick together and to make our way to this Anvillion, which Sorrel speaks of. With the possible exception of the beast.
I have to admit, you lesser beings have kind of grown on me. And so I will bestow upon you the gift of kindness, and I shall be nice to you. For now.
Very good. Just know that if you devour any of our brains, I will slay you.
No, you won't.
Well, I'm pleased to meet your acquaintance. I'm happy to be among your number.
And I whisper in your mind, if you try to, I will end you. And no one else can hear you. Because I have telekinesis. Telekinesis.
That is scary.
No,
You're the only one that hears that. If you try,
I do think it
Are
would be
you
a good idea.
What?
Sorry.
are you male or female? Is that obvious looking at an illithid?
Yes.
Do they have those
It
genders?
depends.
They're
So
actually
elephants-
considered
Can't be
androgynous
on
because they're usually hatched in a big pile of goo, the same kind of goo that the elder brain is in. And so it's kind of a spawn type of deal, similar to like bees or wasps or ants.
This is my
But more
This is
gooey.
what he looks like.
That is the first bit of useful information you've offered today.
I'm full of all of my information
He's
has been
obviously a
useful.
male.
It's
Oh,
just
you're
frequently
a man?
out of context.
Okay.
You see, in the future, it's
yes.
very
I
possible
ordered
that you
another
find
one
yourself
because
in
this one's gonna take a
Eberron,
while.
or in Corvair particularly.
So this is
and
my
it's
second
like it's a
one.
single
That's
place
going to be
now.
my main
It's
one.
also
So-
but I ordered
it's also
one that I'll get
partially
tomorrow,
false
so it's
information.
today, but-
Out of character
That's
moment. A lot of
Yeah.
a lot of the lithids are created by a slug that infects a normal humanoid's brain, and that's how they're created as well.
Okay. Well, after you whisper that to me, Martin's going to take his helmet off. As he does so, he says, "Many creatures have tried to slay me, and I have slain many creatures. So far, none of my opponents have succeeded." I'll take my helmet off, and Martin is like the most scarred up, messed up face you've ever seen.
It's
Like,
not put through hammer.
huge
Oh.
burn, like his cheek is up here, like a half grimace permanently on his face, scars, just rough looking face.
I'd wager a few of them got pretty close.
I wish you were wrong, but
Me too.
But here you stand, and here they don't.
it's true.
So yeah, I do think it is a good idea to go to Anvillion. My master, Wensit, should be there, and he can probably help. He's very knowledgeable, much more knowledgeable than myself, and I've never been able to send anything back before, so yeah, I'll try to figure that out.
No need,
This
Sir
is what I
Sorrel.
look like.
Okay, so you are humanoid.
Yes.
Perhaps it is some whim of fate, but then again, perhaps it is the will of the gods that we be here today.
Puffy.
Yes.
Nice.
I hail from Silvershore, and though I know that you probably have never heard of it, it was a nice place.
Sounds nice. Silver shores.
Quite peaceful.
Where are we going now? I want to get moving.
Um,
Let's go this way. And I start walking that way.
Sorrel, which way to the place with the A name?
yeah. So the way I got here
Anvillion.
was from the north.
But Anvillion isn't the place. That's the nation.
That's the nation. Yeah.
See? He has a university in the city of...
Anvillion. It's
That's
also
the same.
the capital name.
The place with the A name.
Make the path go that way.
Well, if you're going to go that way, that's the water.
No, that way.
Which she's very well adjusted to, just judging by her.
That way. That's not the water.
Is your character really not to this?
For now, because it has tentacles.
Oh boy.
You said Anvillion lies to the northwest?
It's the northeast from here.
Northeast.
I came following along the shore from the north. Shore, at least until it gets to mountains. Still little harder to traverse there. The next town that would lead us to would be Anvillion. It's a nice place.
Does it sell war horses?
Probably, yeah.
Let's go to Anvillion.
Any town sounds good to me.
I thought this island was deserted.
This isn't an island. This
Oh,
is
there's not.
a peninsula, actually.
Ah,
It's called
okay.
the Hadwin Peninsula.
Hadwin
I
Peninsula.
wish my character enjoyed these kind of locations. It sounds wonderful. No people.
As long as you stay on the beaches.
I believe I found us food. There's a bunny rabbit here.
Hey, no way.
What?
Whoa,
It speaks!
You guys
So you
okay
actually
up
look
there?
like a rabbit.
Yeah.
Okay.
Full on
I
rabbit.
only did 3
I am medium sized, so the same size as most of you.
Okay.
Where's
Are you
Humanoid?
Humanoid?
Yeah.
Humanoid?
I guess
I'm
I
like
wouldn't
standing
mistake
on
you
my
for
hind
food.
legs.
Anthropomorphic animal? Okay. Yeah. Gotcha.
I guess I wouldn't really mistake you for food.
Clouds,
I would be
is there any
confused.
information about talking rabbits in that brain of yours?
Hold on. Yes, I knew a particular tribe of Haragons, because that's what they're known, particularly
It's like a
in
Pokédex.
Eberron. There is a particular village near where I grew up in the Shadow Marches, and there was always a debate about whether the Haragons just came out of Thelanis, which is similar to the Feywild, which is more what people just kind of call Thelanis, because that's where the Fey are or originate. And so there was some debate about whether Haragons just spilled out onto the material plane, or at least on the primary plane. And so, but there is a rumor that one of the six, the Flesh Weaver,
So you're
in
a
particular-
Haragon, huh?
Yes.
What is your name?
Krishna.
What was the life I passed?
Krishna.
Love
It is-
my kids for exclamation.
Okay, the 4 is the
How's
last
my
one.
kids were?
Krishna, a pleasure to meet you. I'm sorry that I mistook you for food.
Yes, please don't do that again. I'd rather live than be killed by you.
My advice, stay away from the tentacly one.
Yeah.
Let's go to
That's
Anvillion.
weird.
North along the shore, you said?
Hold on, Holt. That's the village.
Ah,
Yes, full
Thank
of Haragons.
thanks, Clouds.
Yes.
Never
Are
heard
you
what?
from there?
No.
Shadow Marches,
Bunny person.
No.
Drukman,
She was a
Demon Ways,
She's a human.
Thelanis.
Anthropomorphic animal.
That
Do
one
you-
sounds.
I didn't realize her name.
Okay.
She was a Haragon. I thought her name-
Any
she was almost-
Archfey that you serve,
A different
or
kind of
would like
bunny,
to serve,
because-
or at least are mildly acquainted?
No.
Oh,
But I have traveled the Feywild before.
okay, but Thelanis.
I
Yeah.
know the
Okay. Not Thelanis, but the Feywild.
Yeah.
Is
Those
your
who travel
Feywild the
with
same
me
as
will have the
mine?
protection of my
Probably.
glaive.
That's what it seems
But
like.
I set out now.
I am with you.
Would you
Yes.
like a
I'm
liquor?
going to
Yes.
start walking north.
Would you like liquor?
Wait for me. Wait for me.
We have to. You're leading the way.
Okay.
Is he?
He
You
tries-
should.
he's like gives
He is the reason we're here.
like a half-hearted sprint to catch
Oh.
up.
Does it matter?
There's ham fried rice.
This is a great opportunity to learn.
I am glad you are enjoying
My
it.
friend made
Yes,
it.
very much so.
All right. So your journey begins. A sorrel runs over to he has this ram's shackle hut that is constructed of pretty much every random material imaginable. There's a block of pure crystal that's 5 by 5 foot.
Scream.
There is half of an oak tree is laying
Let me
on
look.
top of it. There's tarps. There's metal beams. There's actually a Volkswagen Bug as part of the construction.
Oh,
This thing is just kind of crazy looking. But he goes in, he grabs a few of his things, a few of his personal belongings, and he runs up to catch up to the wandering paladin here. And he says, "Yeah, I guess I'll lead the way."
Magic resistance.
So you guys start walking north,
Is that it? Is that one of them?
and
Magic resistance?
I think so.
it takes you guys quite a while. It's 50 miles to get to the base of the mountains.
Well, not far into it, I'm going to say, okay, my helmet-haired friend.
I did read minds.
Yes, Clouds?
You have a bad case of helmet hair, and it's driving me a little nuts. Can I fix it?
Oh, I'll fix it.
No, not with the helmet. Well, that does fix it. See, this is the thing. Like, frequently among the soldier types, they will be very finite in their understanding or interpretation in rules. Have you ever spoken to a Warforge? Yeah, see, Warforge in particular are like this. Did you know in the signing of the throne of
how far did you say this town is away? I'm not interrupting you per se. It's this. I like walk away.
Oh,
From
I didn't think it was interruption at all. Was that an interruption?
Puffy White Clouds, do you see my helmet hair?
No. So
Then it is
yes.
no longer a problem.
Well, that's what I was saying.
The city is about like 75 miles north of here. So, a little ways.
That's like
Is
3
there
days travel.
Can you conjure us something to go faster?
Not today.
75
Would you
miles is
really
a long
want
ways.
him to
There is
something?
that thing with wheels back there.
Oh, that
But
contraption. What is that
I don't know.
contraption?
It seems like it's too heavy to be a cart, but
Can we
I've
go
seen
back?
all sorts of
How far away
mechanical
are we from?
wonders.
Are you you're not an artificer.
You guys have
I'm
probably
not an artificer.
walked a
I've
good
spent
quarter
some
of a
time with some
mile away by
wonderful
now, I'm
dogs.
assuming.
Oh, well, see, that works perfectly. Can you give me 10 minutes before we use it?
Use what?
Use the artifact with the wheels?
Yeah, I mean, if you can figure it out.
It will do no good. We have no horse to draw it.
No.
No.
It
Some
may not be the
magic
horses. Did you know that within the past, I'm going to say 30 years, well, I'm being more flexible with it, but during the last war, assuming none of you are familiar with the last war? No, but it turns out that
There's
they
never-
created
Someone
more
just
automated...
interrupt him.
Okay, I'm going to get started on this. So,
Just interrupt him.
yes.
I-
So
I-
he's going to cast Identify, but it takes 10 minutes on the
On the vehicle.
yes.
Yeah, I mean, it's not magical.
I have concluded it's not magical.
It looks mechanical in nature. I've never seen this particular thing, but it's not unlike things I've seen. I have no idea how to work it. I'm not saying that.
There is no earth elemental inside.
I don't know.
Wouldn't I know if there's an earth elemental like
Yeah, I mean, it's
hanging
not-
on it? There,
Yeah, no,
okay.
there's no magical element to it. No
All right.
breathing element either.
Can I make an investigation check to see if my character can figure out how this works and/or if there are things like
Sure.
keys that I wouldn't know? But,
Yeah.
I'll cast Prestidigitation a couple times just to clean it up.
Now
It's
I
a beautiful Ford F-150.
I was going to do it on the helmet hair, but now he doesn't have helmet hair. Well, he does have helmet hair, but it's invisible. Well, unless you consider just kind of a person recognizing the existence of object permanence. And so, like, while the helmet hair does exist, it doesn't actively bother my eyes or my brain while it is currently out of sight. But still, the helmet hair exists, assuming that it hasn't changed when out of sight, because things do change when out of sight. You know this.
Yes.
Exactly.
17.
Not quite good enough. I'm sorry.
That's fine.
It's extremely advanced.
I was gonna say.
Then walking we shall go.
Alrighty.
It has a steering device, but I can't figure out how to get it to go.
Walking audio.
And there's leftovers
too
in the
bad.
fridge too. There's some
Okay.
potato soup.
So you guys get a couple miles into your journey. When all of a sudden you guys hear this like how do I describe it?
I know, right?
You hear these whistles coming from the woods, but they're not like
I
long
could've
whistles.
done
They're like
Spell like
they're almost like Morse code whistles. Like there's patterns to it, and like they cut off, and some are long, some are short.
Is that a frequent thing? Is that a bird call? Perhaps are there goblins?
So
Are there?
when Sorrel hears it, he kind of pales a bit, and he says, "I think we should go a little faster." Yeah, So I said that this area wasn't really inhabited, but I mean there are inhabitants that stick to the woods.
Mm-hmm.
So I was able to get a book from the library in Anvillion. I kind of briefly read over it, and it warned that there are local natives that you really shouldn't mess with. They're not normal humanoids.
Not normal humans.
I'm looking at this.
Okay, but like when you talk about humanoids, are we like how are we talking about like in size with? And like are they bipedal?
or they're
Like
Abnormal
when you
how?
describe humanoid, are you saying like the standard configuration of one head, 2 arms, 2 feet, or are you saying they're not humanoid, meaning that they have like 2 legs or 4
So
arms?
how's it-
I have an
Yes.
idea.
Yes.
Hey, anyone in there want to come talk to us?
At this point, the whistling just goes silent.
That's ominous.
I don't like this. Are there any warriors among you? Or are you all...
I am trained in short sword, short bow, and a long sword.
I mean, just by looking at me, you would notice that I have a rapier and a dagger.
Of course I am a warrior. I am a supreme being.
She could always eat the brains out.
I
of
just
her.
graduated.
It seemed to me that most of you were namby-pamby spellcasters.
Yes, that's me.
I take offense to that.
Namby-pamby is a very interesting way to put it, though. I'm not particularly sure if that describes me to a T, but it sounded like it could.
It's a little insecure.
In any
Which
case,
is funny because I really
unless-
was vibing with him up to this point.
No, I'm still finding it.
failing
Despite
the event
that,
of an attack, I suggest we proceed. You're certain there is no threats from the water?
There's a lot of dangerous stuff in the seas around here. Especially if you go onto the water, and especially if you go too far, because then you run into that thing. Which, he points to the water, and for those of you who have pretty decent vision, you'll actually see in the distance there is essentially what looks like a wall of cloud. Pretty far out there. But it's odd because it doesn't move, although it's kind of shifty like a cloud. But it just stays there.
Well, Puffy? Relative of yours?
I don't see the resemblance at all.
But you don't...
Well, like, I'm more of like a different version of the domesticated house cat, and like more of the ignorance or in Charn have usually like okay, sure, some of my
I think he was
classmates
making a joke.
Forgive me.
about what?
I
He's being
merely...
facetious.
Your name in the puffy clouds over there.
Forgive me, Tabaxi. I merely saw an enormous wall of stagnant air. So, unless there's any suggestions...
Oh, it's a pun. No, is it?
That's how I took it.
Okay, so yeah, a pun. That was actually very clever.
Spellcasters on the right, warriors on the left.
Proceed.
Let's continue on,
I'm
onward.
actually
Alright,
going to go
I'll be a
to your
spellcaster.
side.
Stealth
As I
check.
look at clouds, I walk to your side.
Okay, so me, Azog, and Vance are on the left toward the woods, and the rest of them are on the right toward the ocean when we're walking.
Sounds good. Well, you don't run afoul of anything too terrible, except for soggy feet on occasion, wet sand. Every once in a while there's a bit of palm tree that's fallen over that you have to step over. It's really quite a nice trek. I mean, you're just walking on the beach and it's super nice. And it goes that way for about 15 miles. You guys make pretty good headway. Unless there's some really weak among you who can't walk very far.
I would like to be keeping an eye on the woods while we march.
Okay. Since you heard the odd whistling, there's only been normal sounds from the woods. Caws, hooting, You do hear some howls, like jungle cats. You also hear
I
like,
start.
You want to go
I'm
check it out for us?
hungry. What?
Do you want to go check it out for us?
Yes.
You want to venture into the woods?
Hello.
Ooh,
I am really curious. to
I've
see
never
this.
seen an illithid feed.
Then come with me.
Okay.
I'm also going to follow on this one.
For educational purposes only.
I advise against this.
Well, like, I feel like I have studied more or less the running distance of your common illithid, and so I'm going to stay just outside of that running distance. And so, like, if they do get hungry, like, I can certainly outrun
Gonna have to pull up
I
a
can
lever
eat many
and-
brains.
them. Yeah.
And sometimes.
How long does it take you to consume a brain? Under all the tentacles, like, because, like, the standard
Mortal
human,
human! You need to
also
understand.
not human
If
tabaxi.
If it's delicious, I take my time. If it's disgusting, I eat it within seconds.
Okay, but I'm sort of curious about the mechanics
Silence!
of-
I am going to find food. You can either come with me or you can stay.
I'm following. Is that
You
not weird?
pillock.
Ooh, that's a delightful insult. Pillock.
Okay.
Did you hear that, Eugene?
No.
She was like, that was a good insult. And I was like, I had to Google it.
Solid credibility. Just kidding.
That's okay.
I'm looking for-
I would rather have it be funny.
Don't look at the screen. You'll see things that aren't meant to be.
Can I start venturing into the woods?
We can look at this.
Yes, so you start venturing into the woods. It's pretty dense jungle. It's a wet climb. You start kind of wandering around a little bit. Because of your intelligence, you think you can find your way back. But all of a sudden, in the underbrush, you do see that...
How many people are with me? Raise your hand. Raise your hand if you're with me. Got 3 people.
Okay.
All right.
As you're kind of
What's your name?
wandering
Vance.
around
Vance.
into the
Oh.
jungle,
Vance
you
the
actually
Bard.
do see
Vance.
Nathaniel Vance.
Vance.
that there is a
Vance and
small
Puffy.
animal.
Got it. Vance
Small
and
animal.
Hold on, I lost it. In the underbrush, that it roll a stealth. Actually, are you guys trying to be sneaky?
I mean, I'm not trying to make noise. I'm generally.
Exactly. We're
I'm
just
staying
walking.
65 feet behind them.
I am following her much closer because I want a good look at this.
It is quite delightful. You should try it sometime.
I will take your word for now.
I know that you humans cook your food. I wonder if I harvest a brain, you could cook it. But I shall not eat it. I don't want it. It's hot and
He's a
I want it.
half-elf!
I want it warm and slimy, not hot and dry.
Okay.
Still a half-elf.
Palatable.
Can he not eat brains?
Who? A half-elf?
Yes.
No, you keep calling him human. He's a half-elf.
Oh, sorry. I can't
just
tell the
figured she couldn't
difference.
tell the difference.
That's slightly twisty.
Well, I think so. It's just I'm not acquainted with.
You guys
like,
gotta
the
remember
laws.
that I'm like just from the hive mind.
You're being really loud.
Oh yeah, well
You're gonna chase
probably
away
why
any
Cloud is
food
going
that
to do
she's.
that. He's just
Okay.
Just for no reason.
Okay.
You notice that there is a dog-looking thing in the underbrush, kind of under some leaves, just kind of staring at you. And you're like, what's going on?
I think in my head of what I had learned when I was in the hive, and I was like, here, puppy, 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 here.
Kind of just looking at you, like.
I walk closer to it, but I am guarded.
Okay. As you start walking closer to it, it like tenses up, as if to make like it's gonna run away if you get too much closer.
How okay, so you need to put a mini so I know what's going on.
I need a dog mini.
There's a panther mini.
Oh,
Panther. I don't know which characters.
I'm gonna say that
I don't know which one's puppy. Oh wait.
you're about 20 feet away from it right now. So, yeah. Advise on
I lunge at it. Tentacles and all.
Okay, so you're gonna dash for it.
Yes.
It runs away. Are you gonna give chase?
How hungry are you?
Not that hungry. I want something bigger.
Okay.
So keep going on.
It actually stops about 30 feet away to kind of look at you again, make sure it's not following you. That you're not following it. And yeah.
I'm gonna clomp up with my chainmail. I assume the rest of the people are with me. Did you find what you wanted?
Not
So
yet.
you guys came into the forest to follow us?
Yeah.
All right. Sure.
So I just start at it again. I start walking towards it again, and then I chase it.
Okay.
Do we see it? Is that what it looks like?
No, it's
Yeah,
a
this
dog.
is what it looks like. When it started moving, you notice that it is a very irregular looking dog. It's got like it's got like 10 legs. It's like a scented dog.
Yeah, I
What?
start chasing it.
Sorrel, what is it?
Oh yeah, that's a scented dog.
Is it delicious?
You're chasing it.
I've never eaten one.
Oh yeah, I'm chasing it.
Yeah, I'm hanging
Okay,
back.
so what's
like,
going on? I'm chasing
Okay,
it.
She started
basically
running after it.
your tentacles are flip flopping all over the place as you're just like getting splashed by all the
I'm hungry.
branches.
Wait, no, that's my eating noise. Sorry.
It's got the same speed as you, so it maintains the distance, but you do follow it until you run into what essentially looks like ruins. It turns a corner, and
It's gone.
I mean, if you turn the corner after it, you do see that it's no longer visible. But you now find yourself in basically these old ruins.
I call back. Come, look at this. I have found something, and I have lost my food.
Casting message. There was Sorrel said that we shouldn't go deep into the forest. Are you sure?
But I found ruins.
And I started going.
Ruins sound fun.
Sorrel, like ruins. Good idea. Bad idea.
Sorrel doesn't want to. I mean, he doesn't want to go, but I mean, with convincing, he might be able to.
You can stay here by yourself.
How do you convince
Okay,
somebody?
he follows. He follows.
How do
This
you
guy's been alone for a while. Like,
If you want
Push
to
the
do
Persuasion?
something, if you want to do something, state your desire to the DM, and he'll ask for a check.
Okay, so I want to try and thank you. I want to try and convince him to come with us.
Oh, he's coming.
He's
Oh, he
already
is
been
coming?
convinced,
Oh,
yeah.
sorry. I spent so much time trying to figure out which one I needed to roll that I wasn't listening.
persuasion, but
Okay.
so yeah, you guys kind of wander into these ancient ruins. There's not a whole lot to them. These are pretty degraded. You'd have to say they're at least thousands of years old, probably.
I would like to stay in the back of the group, watching our tail.
Okay.
I didn't choose to go into these ruins, so those who did can suffer whoever gets attacked first.
I think you're gonna hate my impulsiveness.
I was gonna say, it doesn't suffer fools.
Do we see any entrances?
I'm all about
anything?
impulsiveness.
So basically, it's the way I describe it is it's like a big old square stone wall, but it's collapsed and crumbling all over it, and so you can just kind of walk over the rubble to get into it.
Time out.
What?
Where are your spell cards? Because I need the spell cards in front of me.
Well, I don't know if those spells are going to be on there because I think maybe. Spells are in this one over here. One that says spells. I don't know.
What's your class again, Emily?
Warlock.
Spellbook. Yep.
If we don't have them, we need to get them.
Okay. But yeah, so since she is the first one to kind of go over these crumbling ruins, she no longer sees the dog, but there is a couple of statues just within the courtyard. Again, very ancient, weathered looking. They're covered in vines and moss. You can try to, you can kind of make out some humanoid features in them, but again, the vines and the moss are really covering it up. You can attempt to kind of remove some of them to see them a little bit better, but I'll leave that up to
Some
you.
of them are missing.
Yeah, I need to put those back. Oh, there's some. I should also note that in the center of this courtyard, there is also an enormous black monolith, which I think I have a picture of that. Don't look.
Do you have it just mirroring?
Yeah, I don't know how to fix it. I'll look that up.
Oh, okay.
I would be able to fix it if you had a Mac. Yes, something
Well, I can
else.
fix it because like you're
Probably
using.
would not be able to fix it if it was Mac.
No worries, I just unplugged you. 50.
I don't have any of them.
This was not the encounter I was planning,
Hey, this is the way it goes.
Setting a good trend on session 1.
No, so this year, the way
Rousing
that I wrote
start.
this thing is like I've got so many like storylines and arcs and encounters. Like
Yeah, no, that's.
I only ask that at the end of each session, kind of describe the general direction you're going, so I can at least semi-prepare myself.
My goal is not to derail you, but when you dangle things,
So here's the thing: there is no derailment. To this
Right.
campaign. You can go anywhere you want, and it'll either kill you or you can run. So yeah, this is what you see.
Before anyone else proceeds,
There's also the statues, but those aren't in the picture.
let me give the area a sniff. I'm gonna reach into my pocket. I'm gonna pull out a black coin. Embedded on the coin is a two-faced. Actually, give me a second. We gotta look this up. But I'm not casting a spell. I'm using my divine sense.
Sorry.
Where is it?
Vexlar.
I can't.
Cloud has a question for you.
No, I sent you an actual image. This one's better.
Okay, it's not letting me do it
This is what the coin looks like. It looks like a two-headed man.
Okay.
One face looks angry, the other looks sad.
Back out completely. Press
And this is my
I only have two emotions. Angry and sad.
this is my holy symbol.
Oh, okay.
Okay.
So I'm using my divine sense.
No, it's okay.
As an action, I can detect the location of any celestial fiend or undead, or any consecrated or desecrated place or object within 60 feet.
Have been creating to help those with like ADHD and stuff like
I think how I would
that. So this is
describe this
one
one.
of the tools. Where, like,
Basically,
you wonder, like, what
the
can I do on
presence of
action?
powerful good
It, like,
registers
lists
like
out,
harp music,
gives you an idea what
and the
to
presence
do.
of powerful evil registers like a noxious odor.
You do get the faint whiff of noxious odor. However, it is a very strange
ADHD is pretty
odor.
Like a miasma?
Yeah, like a miasma that's emanating from the monolith. But again, it is a strange, yucky odor to you. It's almost like a spicy, foreign odor. There's something odd about it for sure. But definitely on the evil spectrum.
Is the ground desecrated?
Probably ask a lot of stupid
No,
questions.
not that
I'm just saying.
Does anything grow on the monolith?
No,
Okay.
but there are symbols on it.
Yes, there
So,
are
it's
runes.
like,
Can anyone read the runes?
Like I find like this character.
I mean, I can go up and see if I can read them.
Have caution.
I recognize
This place is
So
evil.
there's things like this.
Huh.
Where you
I still walk up to the.
Okay.
Good to know.
So yeah, you pass the two statues that are covered in vines. You walk up to the monolith and you take a look at these glowing green runes. They are so I don't know if you recognize it or not, but they are dwarvish. Do you speak dwarvish?
Not
Don't we
this
have a
version of
dwarf
this
among
character.
us? Wait, are you a half dwarf?
Okay.
He is a
You are
dwarf.
a
Yeah.
dwarf. Proceed,
All right.
please.
I don't know what these are. So you're going up to it? Okay.
Yeah.
So you go up to the monolith and you take a look at these runes. They do appear to be, they are like written in Dwarvish, but it's also a very ancient and, kind of like a splinter language, essentially, of Dwarvish.
Oh, I speak Dwarvish as well.
Okay, so you'd kind of notice that what they are too.
It just says that on here.
But,
Common, Abyssal Dwarvish, and Gith.
The Dwarvish, you can't make out like exactly what it means, but it essentially says that you can touch the monolith to gain knowledge, but beware, it is dangerous.
I don't think we're leveled up enough to do this.
So the thing about this monolith and the runes in general is the runes, they aren't like words as we normally understand them. They're more like meanings. They're essentially the runes, you know. They have like a feeling or a sense to them, like danger, but it could also mean death or destruction. So it's kind of hard to make out, but that's the general gist of it.
Did you want to touch it, or are we actually investigating this, or are we heading back to the university?
I'm not going to touch it. I'm not that
Impulsive.
If
I
you give me a
think-
few minutes, I can bring
My-
Jeeves. Jeeves can help.
My
Who's
sanctimonious
Jeeves?
brain
Who's Jeeves?
has decided that this probably isn't the best idea and that we
Is he
should
on
retreat to
Yes.
safety.
Yeah, maybe we can
We were
find out
almost the same
more about
character.
this monolith at the university.
My
I'm
other
still
version
defining
of this
my
character
character,
was
so-
basically
Oh,
your
yeah,
character.
that's the same exact case that I have for my husband's phone.
I
A lot of the same spell set.
His old
Same.
phone anyways,
Yeah.
yeah.
Hey, Eugene,
Yes.
are you taking notes or should I?
We should probably both take notes, because like I am taking notes, but
Take
I
notes.
miss.
I'm not
Most
taking
notes,
notes.
I
I'm
missed
not
this.
I'm just
gonna
gonna
names
point
on
that
first
out. I'm
pass. I really
not
want
gonna
to
Because like the whole monolith thing, I was distracted.
I should mention all of those here who have the ability to sense magic. As you get closer to the monolith, you do
Wait.
sense that there is an immense magical presence.
Rabbit folk, what say you?
What do you mean?
Do you think we should venture upon this death trap, or do you think we should go back to the road?
If it equals death, I'd rather not.
I think you should touch it.
Interesting concept.
Yeah.
No.
I agree that my
Interesting concept, rabbit folk. Yes.
Solid.
I do agree we should leave.
I'm gonna try and persuade her to touch it.
Go for it.
Me? You're gonna try and persuade me to touch it?
Oh yeah.
I'm already like semi-convinced. I'm like,
All right.
I'm
You can
teetering.
use your real words, or you can use a roll words.
Aren't you always going on already in like the 5 minutes we've known you about how superior to us you are, and you're gonna pass up on this chance for knowledge?
I just met you. I don't want you to die yet.
That's why you're going to touch it. You're so much more mighty than us. I'm sure the risks,
I
whatever
am.
they are,
I am very mighty.
would not be significant to your impressiveness.
I like you.
You're welcome. And because you took it that way, you really actually endeared me a little
Vance.
Yeah.
I like you, Vance. I shall call you Vance.
bit.
And not Pillock.
All right. I shall touch it. And I take one tentacle and I go,
All right, let me read what happens here.
I can't even do that.
See, you helped my dilemma because I'm very curious, but I'm also very self-preserving.
Also.
And I also
And you are the
cast.
solution.
I also cast. Oh no, where is it? Arms of Hadar. You invoke the power of Hadar, the dark hunger. Tendrils of dark energy are ripped from you. Oh, never mind. No, I already have, never mind. Never mind.
That sounded really cool, whatever it was. But
No, you said that I picked something, and I picked to be able to protect myself. So, that's what that was. Never mind.
I wrote down all your feats there, so.
I don't understand that. Chicken scratch.
So when you touch it, your vision fades to black,
Oh, shit.
and it's funny because this is the second time today that you've kind of felt this ripping sensation and intense like long distance traveling. It's very similar, but it's also a lot more painful.
That's what it is.
This time around. And your vision kind of returns, but you also feel like this is kind of a dream state. This isn't, you're not like physically sensing anything, but you can see. Ooh, I need a picture for this.
Is there any like light?
This, let me describe it. So, appearing before you,
It's very ominous.
sitting in an expanse of darkness, you see a dark and foreboding planet. Let's see. You zoom in, and you see a shadowy presence sitting upon a throne, also made of darkness. As your eyes fall upon this shadowy creature that's sitting on the throne, you see a new land before you. It actually has a feel of familiarity to it, and you gain an insatiable lust to devour it. You open your jaws
I
wide,
am hungry.
and you suck it all in, but are still hungry.
Does
Your
that sound
attention-
like a tentacle eating?
Your attention then turns to the planet of your origin, the land of the
Am I
Mind
eating my own
Flayers,
people?
and you scream as you devour your loved ones and their homes. And then,
I'm sorry, but I'm hungry. Yum, nom, 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 nom.
And then you return,
I literally went and ate my friends.
and a crack appears in the monolith.
What
And a
happened?
little chunk falls off.
Something happened.
I just stand there in silence for a minute. Just go with this, okay?
Oh, also, there is a word in your mind. When you did see the planet, the word Yuggoth, Yugggoth, did come into your mind.
Y
Yuggoth.
G.
Yuggoth.
You just sniped me with pencil there.
Sorry.
Oh, and this image is the planet that she saw.
That's a planet.
Yep.
All right.
So I stand there for a minute, contemplating.
Are you still hungry?
Yeah, what did we observe happen? Just her touch it and it cracks?
You don't even know
So
what
when she went to
happened.
touch it, like her tentacles like started like writhing all over the place, and
She's
she's
basically
like,
having like a seizure.
she was like
while
seasoned for a
watching.
little
Okay.
bit, and then came back to.
Yeah, but still, are you hungry?
I think that I ate my family.
Is that what you usually do?
No, you imbecile. I can't tell if it was a dream or not. I was transported to this death planet, and then I felt the need to eat it. And so I ate it because I was hungry. My stomach does
But
not
are you
get...
still hungry?
Shut up! And then I was transformed to my planet. Sent to my planet, and then I was forced to eat my loved ones, and now I don't even have loved ones. Who did I eat? Anyways, I don't think it was real.
Was it a
Don't
vision?
touch it, though.
Let me use my divine sense again.
The evil presence has lessened.
Well, it's less evil than it was before.
But I became more evil.
No.
No?
Is she affected at all?
Not
Besides her
much.
hunger.
I think we should all touch it so that it's not evil anymore. That is a great idea. Let's do
As
it.
far as she knows, there's
You're
nothing
next.
permanent
Oh, no,
about
I'm good.
Fine. You're next.
Cracked, and you didn't
You,
see
There's no
Puffy
physical-
Clouds.
nothing
If you
physical
touch this,
around.
you will learn more knowledge than you ever have in your life.
I learned a long time ago you shouldn't just go touching random magical objects.
Can I try and... I want to try and convince him.
Go ahead.
You... and then who has to roll?
You roll.
Me roll.
I set the DC.
Okay. Okay.
So we all watched you go.
Yeah, go ahead.
You will learn so much knowledge Because I seek hunger, so I ate. You seek knowledge,
Yes.
so you shall learn. And
Okay.
because of the fact that this becomes less evil, maybe this is an evil curse put upon a good tower.
Okay.
So you will be helping and also learning knowledge.
I'll resolve your quandary.
I rolled a 3.
I'm just kind of hung up on the whole construct of evil and good.
6. It's a 6.
I will approach the obelisk.
All right.
I'm
What were
going
you
to attack
saying?
it with my glaive.
Quandary?
Okay.
Ooh.
Wait, what?
That's a 21 to hit.
Yeah, that's definitely a hit.
Ah, yeah.
You're attacking it?
You
Yes.
can hit the object that is not moving in front of you.
Really?
What's the damage on that?
9 slashing damage.
Okay, it is
Really,
made of
exactly
a hard, dark stone, but you do definitely gouge it, and another chunk falls off. But the moment that your blade strikes the stone, you are also ripped away.
Yeah.
It's a terrible sense of ripping and far travel.
Oh my gosh.
But in your vision, what happens is you are transported away to a far off place. But you are now, when you went to attack, you raised your sword and your glaive and you went to hit. In this new vision, you're in the exact same position, except for now, your blade is embedded in an orc warrior who slowly falls to his knees and lays on the ground dying.
Does he know this orc warrior?
He does not. You look around you, and you see that you are essentially in an orc village. There are faceless, armored, humanoids, essentially ransacking and pillaging. There is a small orc child crying nearby, and you sense that the orc that you just slain was trying to protect it. Do you want to try to do anything?
What are the other humanoids doing?
They're pillaging, ransacking, killing. There are some orcs, orc warriors trying to put up a defense, but there's not very many of them.
The orc that I killed, does he have any weapons?
Yeah, he has a war mace.
I'm going to pick up the war mace. Go over to the young orc. Male or female?
I'm going to go with male.
I'm going to drop the war mace at his feet, and I'm going to address him in orc. I'm going to say, son of Groopsh, this is the world. Grow strong. Don't be a victim. I'm going to leave.
All right. So with that, your vision essentially ends, and you return back to your physical body.
Are you still hungry?
I wasn't hungry. And I wanted to destroy this, but...
Did he also spaz out?
Yeah, he was definitely spazzing. You hear shaking in his armor. It was like clinking, like a can with a rock in it.
I don't have plate armor yet. I have chainmail.
So clinking.
I suggest we leave.
Oh, and one more thing. Afterwards, another crack appears, and another chunk falls off.
Are you full, though?
I mean, I could use something to eat, but that's not what I was seeking.
Okay, so you could still eat, so it doesn't just cure hunger.
No.
Oh, okay. Cool.
Did you eat something in your vision, too?
No, it just brought me a little piece of home.
Remind me again exactly what you said. I need to write this down.
I said, son of Groomsh, this is the world. Grow strong and don't be a victim.
Okay.
This probably won't come back later. Can you say that word for word?
This sounds like something we might need later.
So you're gonna tell us what happened?
Right,
Because
well.
like even the Illithid told us what happened.
She does seem a lot more vocal than him in her defense of the situation.
Yeah, in her declarations. Okay.
And I
Well,
should
then
say
for the-
too that the evil presence you sense it's probably like half of what it was.
Well, I wouldn't know. Divine Sense only lasts until the end of my next turn.
How does it? Yeah.
So,
Well, the sense of magic that all the magic users can sense is less.
I'll touch it.
Okay.
That took no convincing.
Well, like one thing is the Illithid touching it, and the other one is the human in armor.
It's true.
The moment the Illithid kind of wanders off looking for the scented dog, goes and touches it. Let's see. For you,
anyone want a soda?
Yes, please.
Dr. Pepper or Sprite or Mountain Dew?
Mountain Dew, please.
Voltage or Pitch Black?
I believe the only thing left is pitch black. The box voltage should be empty.
Class.
Any of you guys?
I will take a Dr. Pepper.
okay. Again, the same ripping sensation grabs you.
Nathaniel?
Again, very similar to the sensation you felt earlier. However, it's much more painful, as it is essentially your
Who else
mind
touched it?
being removed from your body.
I took 0 convincing.
Huh?
I took 0 convincing. You agree.
But with this vision, it feels very familiar. You feel like you are putting in, and this is just kind of like a sense, right? Feels like you've been putting in so much work, so many hours and days studying, and pushing and learning, and just trying to grasp the secrets in order to accomplish your goals. Okay, so that's the feeling that kind of precedes this vision. But essentially, you open your eyes and you see the moon.
Which one?
Just
go down.
I'm going to go with the one that's up above.
Oh, this moon.
Yes,
The
this
moon on this planet.
This planet's
Okay.
moon. Looks pretty normal, but then all of a sudden it catches fire. Fire spreads all the way across.
Straight up out of yours.
And then it crashes to the earth, obliterating it.
The Earth.
Yes. Well, I say the earth, but this isn't Earth.
Yes, I know what you mean. You're right.
The planet.
Earth is also a word for dirt, so perfectly fine.
The whole name of this land is Versa.
That would have been an appropriate question to ask initially.
Yeah.
What do you call this planet? Okay, that's not the planet.
Vercel Arcanus is the name of all the continents in this area. Vercel Arcanus.
Okay.
Anyways, so that's what you see, and then your vision returns back.
Well, that was utterly disappointing. You guys had led me up to thinking it was mildly traumatic
happened
or
with
at
you?
least filling. No, it was
Some
just more
trauma.
catastrophic.
Just a bit of.
Okay, now having seen the
Not anything from
variety
my
of
childhood.
experiences and being a magic user who
Did
can
you
kind of
eat
feel this
anything?
magic seeming to drain out of this obelisk, I want to turn.
Okay.
Because I feel like they're getting juice and I want some. So I will touch it.
Hold on, I gotta write down, make sure
I
that.
defeated a worthy opponent and empowered his son.
I just saw the moon, not any of my moons, crash.
Did you meet a happy salesman first?
No, I was
Selling masks?
very sad about it. I was expecting maybe some sort of delightful meal, or at least something I wouldn't want to talk about. But it's just
Alright.
I'm sorry your experience was disappointing.
You touch.
Hey Cody, why does my hit dice say 1d8 minus 1?
Because you have this very low constitution.
So
Alright.
you.
Again, the same thing. Your mind is ripped away. Let's see, what is your character again?
There's worse. The wizard's actually
Half elf bard.
Ah, yes.
My
half-elf
initiative is
bard.
-1.
Because your dex is very low too.
I sent some min-maxing.
I'm good at Arcana, History, Investigation. What the? I don't want to be good at those.
Sorry, I'm trying to figure out which vision I would give
Intimidation.
you. Bear with me.
Investigation is great. And the other ones can be
Nothing to
useful
back it up.
depending on...
Okay. I'm a knowledgeable, not so much a fighter, but just a knowledgeable being.
That's how spellcasters usually are.
Okay.
Okay.
I'm just used to being a warrior. I'm always like a warrior and a fighter, so this is just really
As a
different.
warlock, you walk a nice line between the two.
Okay.
So
I can accept that.
Your vision coalesces, and what you see before you is essentially a dark forest. It seems to be late in the night. You know, there's some stars giving a little bit of light. But you sense that you're not alone. As this sense kind of grows, you notice that perhaps like 10 feet away is a very dark, cloaked and hooded figure. As you look at him a little bit closer, you realize that his hands are skeletal, and he grips a scythe.
All right.
So, as you take stock of what you see before you, one of his hands slowly lifts up, and he points to the distance.
Excuse me.
Now, if you follow his vision, what you see before you is a very tall mountain. It's kind of squarish and angular, but also very dark. You know, it's still pretty dark. You can't see very good. But as you look towards the mountain, you are essentially teleported. Kind of, again, a strange sensation as you're flipped across the land towards this mountain. And it takes you to a cave. And within the cave, you see a swirling maelstrom of fire, which you enter. You go into the swirling maelstrom of fire, and on the other side, you see essentially what can only be described as hell. Fire everywhere. You see devils and demons. One kind of bigger and stronger looking than the rest kind of looks up and sees you, and then the vision fades to black.
Just one point of clarification. When Death, or the guy who I think of as Death, raised his hand and pointed, was it like, did the gesture make me feel like he was sending me there, or just that he was showing me? Yeah.
Kind of a little bit of both.
Okay.
It's up to your interpretation.
All right. Are you hungry?
Oh my gosh.
We have to establish a baseline. Because, like you said, you came out less hungry than you were when you
Well,
started.
no, I wouldn't say that. I was hungry, and then I ate things.
Okay. And so, therefore, we can establish, well, we can assume, hypothesize.
Bard, what did you experience?
I would be very somber after experiencing that. And I would just take a moment and I would say, I'm not rightly sure. That's all I would have to say on it.
Was there a moon that started on fire and crashed into the planet?
I'm going to focus my attention on the obelisk.
Did anything happen to the obelisk?
Yeah.
So much fun.
Another crack appears and another chunk falls off. It's starting to look a bit ragged.
Does it still feel like there's
less magical power.
okay?
I glide over there and I say, "Are you happy with the power you were just bestowed upon?"
Does anyone want to touch it twice?
You do it.
It crossed my mind, but it wouldn't have crossed my character's mind to do so.
Yes.
No, I just want to make sure, Haragon.
You're welcome to
Not from
Our
Holomore's hold. What was that city?
I'll go up and touch it.
Okay.
My turn.
I'd like to see death.
It
It was some moon on fire, crashed into the planet. Very disappointing.
Alrighty, and then let's see, which vision?
Did you know that on Eberron?
You're a dwarf cleric, right?
Yeah.
Oh, that's
Again, the same ripping sensation. You are transported, teleported quite a ways away. The vision begins, and what you see before you is essentially a rocky waste. Desert sands pile up, forming dunes, which are starting to pile up against these rock formations. Rather, kind of like Tatooine from Star Wars. It's just kind of a crappy place. So that's kind of the setting. As you watch, though, you see that there is a darkness that is spreading from the rocky area, and it's spreading across the sands. And your consciousness is expanded to see the whole desert slowly being devoured by this darkness. But there is a point of light that suddenly appears to the north. This point of light is warm and inviting, and it repels the darkness. And you sense a connection to it. And then the vision fades.
Seems more positive than the other reactions we've had.
First, do you feel full?
I feel warmer.
Oh, so maybe a heat thing? I didn't actually feel like warmer. I was generally indifferent, but that seems to be like kind of thing that may be related to me specifically. Well, the Illithid did feel a little bit more.
I wonder if these visions are like an omen from the gods or something like that. So in mine, it showed a darkness spreading, and then a light came and dispelled it. I wonder if this is something the gods are trying to tell us about.
Whatever these visions are, they come not from a god of goodness.
leave it to the clerk to bring
All I'm saying is I know the smell of evil, and that obelisk has a strange scent to it. What?
What god do you serve?
The god of the dwarves.
What's that?
Of the dwarves. Now, frequently
You must not have
dwarves.
an emerald.
I know.
They do frequently worship people of the kind of gods of the dark system, but they're more of like Delkir. Frequently, especially in the Moor Holds, they do actually worship the Flesh Weaver. Like, do you have? Is that kind of where the dwarf god? Like, do you have a symbiote? Because like the clerics in the Moor Holds of the dwarves, particularly, because like you have to really try hard because it's kind of. We've established that it doesn't fill you as far as like physical hunger.
Our dwarf friend had the most
The
positive
god,
experience.
the god of the
with
dwarves
this
is
monster.
named Moradin.
Did you actually tell us?
Yeah.
Yes,
What
I had a
did
warm
he,
feeling.
Puffy? Or Clouds? Are you going to touch it twice?
Well, I wanted to make sure.
Hi.
Kilos?
Hi, young man.
Carradine? Or am I just thinking carrot? I'm sorry. When I look at you, and like people always throw
I
yarn
remember
balls
too
at me. Like it's not absurd to think that rabbit, carrot, just like cat, yarn, or cat. Usually just the yarn or mice. Mice. I've had roommates who have tried to give me mice.
That's weird.
I know, right? So what was your name again?
Krishna.
Krishna. Okay, so did you want to touch it? Because I don't want to double touch until everyone that's wanted to touch could touch. Because like that would just be rude, right?
Considering no one has died.
And like we do have the other half elf. If you want to feel more secure, like being able to test it properly before you touch.
My son is this many. And then I also have movement.
By the way, this is the dwarvish god that I just happened to know about. Moradin. So if you want a connection to this world that we're in, he's your man.
That's my family.
Also known as the All-Father, the Dwarf Father, the Soulforged, the Creator.
Oh, so he's got in this world. That would be interesting if you like have to.
Well, you're probably are you pulling from
Forging
the
that connection to the
standard
local
god?
gods?
Yeah.
Faerun, or
Like, who's the dwarven god of this
Kind of,
world?
sort of. So I know. So based on this, he's in 1E, 3E, and 5E. So he's old
Standard
school.
Ages.
I've been pulling a lot of really old school gods and things for this, so
I think we should return to the
if
beach.
you're familiar with any of the older
Well,
stuff, you'll probably recognize
Krishna, you didn't want to touch?
I mean,
I only partook because I was attempting to destroy it.
Partake
Stabby
again.
Stabbington?
Don't look at that either.
No, I will touch it.
Okay.
I will fall under this peer pressure.
Yes. So you. Let's see. You.
It's like after we all touch it, we all just keel
Like,
over
they're
and
all
die.
still alive. It's been 5 minutes.
Ah, yes. You're a rogue. Okay.
See.
Bob.
Let me see which vision. Let me see.
His name's Bob.
Are you the kind of rogue that steals things?
I am a far traveler. I'm a half elf, and I'm more of an explorer.
More of an explorer.
Yes.
Okay.
I'm not into
Yeah,
theory.
just the rogues don't do subclass until level 3, right?
Oh yeah, that's true.
Yeah,
Yeah, so
I'm
you
very
would
lower.
I didn't know.
But you
What
might
kind
have
of
a
backstory
natural
towards that, yeah.
disposition.
I might have a more
Well, that's what you
inclination
decide.
towards
Subclass aside, what kind of thing would
That
your
means it would
character
be
do?
like stealing per character.
You like
I'd like
breaking
to
in,
say I'm
entering,
more
pickpocketing?
benign, but I've probably had to be more stealthy in my time.
Right. Most
So,
rogues are stealthy, but
yes.
like, are you the kind that sticks a knife in someone, or are you the kind that picks their pocket, or are you the
Breaking
kind
and
to...
entering.
You can surprise us if
swindling.
you don't want us to know yet.
Yeah,
I will leave it ambiguous.
Okay.
a delightful choice.
So for this vision,
Hi, Jean.
let's see how to describe this.
Jean. Do we like Jean?
Okay. Here's how we're gonna do it. So you're ripped away, and then same sensation described earlier. What happens to you is you have a sense, kind of like how he had a sense of like a feeling of wanting to take, to steal, but you aren't stealing a thing, but rather you're stealing. Essentially, you're stealing what a person is. So all of a sudden, you have this feeling of stealing, and then you essentially become hundreds of people in the matter of a heartbeat. You just take soul after soul after soul and make them your own, and make them a part of you. And then there's a peal of mad laughter. Just absolutely insane sounding, which
Is it my own?
it is actually,
Oh.
believe it or not. And you awake, still laughing.
Must off-put my fellows quite a bit.
What are we laughing about?
No reason.
Okay, that was odd.
Can you decide if your hunger level has risen?
Get
or
over
fallen?
the hunger, or I
It's
will,
about establishing
or I
proper
will eat
experimentation.
you.
It's about proper
Do you want me to
experimentation.
eat your brain?
No, I would probably
Then
be against
shush. Pillock.
Krishna, we've all been tainted by these obelisks' magic. I think it'd be wise for at least one of us to remain pure.
Oh, by the way, with these past three, and cracks continue to form. It's almost looking like it's about to fall over.
Is it like crumbling?
Yeah.
Krishna, would you like a turn? Or shall I double up on corruption like our helmet-haired fellow?
Sorrel?
Oh yeah. Sorrel?
Okay, then go watch your show. You need to go now.
Sorrel, he's...
Sorrel?
Love you.
Yeah, Sorrel. He's really curious, and because of the fact that you guys are all doing it, he kind of wants to get in on it too, even though he's like super terrified. So yeah, he'll do it. Sorry, I gotta unplug for this one and find the description. Bear with me.
And for our first session, we will dig deep into lore.
Dude, go lore. Okay. That's all I got. No encounters, just lore.
That's what spells do normally.
Well, it's level 1. You don't really want to
What
count.
spells do you
Especially
I was
me.
gonna show you.
I only have 6 hit points.
Level
The
1
stiff
encounter.
wind would kill me.
Dead.
So this
Cause
is
fear and
what-
have arms and Hagar. You
Yeah,
can look at
steps
them
in
if you want. Or do you already know them?
Yeah, a little.
I know it's just-
Enough that I didn't feel like,
Look at it.
oh, someone could throw a rock at me.
You can just scroll.
Okay, so
So those
he's
cantrips
going
are
to
really
describe
good.
everything that he sees
Yeah,
to
2
all of you,
cantrips
so
and
I'm
2
just going to
spells.
go ahead and
Yep.
describe it now. So he's ripped away to essentially a far-off land.
Nice.
This particular journey does seem to take
Level 1,
quite
you
a
have
long
one spell
time,
slot.
and it's turbulent. His shaking is a little bit more intense than everybody else's. So what he sees is he essentially lands on another beach, except for the land that he stands on is in a strange twilight. It's not a sandy beach, but rather a rocky beach. It's also not an ocean, but rather a lake. It's really odd because the land is enshrouded in not light, but it's twilight. There is 2 suns up above. However, the suns do not shine, but rather they are pits of blackness. And the sky is actually where the light is coming from. There's also strange moons circling through the skies. There's a lot more of them than his standard home planet.
Are there 12?
I'm going to say yes.
Ah,
There's 12. He starts to hear a song, which is both beautiful and slightly disturbing. It kind of gives him that feel that violins and horror movies give you. All of a sudden, he hears kind of a flapping in the wind. He turns around and he sees a rather tall humanoid, cloaked in. It's got a hood and robes. But the odd thing about it is that the robes are completely yellow.
Oh,
You cannot see any portion of the being's body. It's just completely covered in these yellow robes. But he senses that the being turns its head towards him, and he senses that he's been noticed. At this point, he tries to run, to break away, but when he was noticed, the vision kind of came to a crashing halt. And as he tries to run, he feels a resistance. He continues to shake as far as you guys can see.
I'm going to run forward and yank him away from the obelisk.
Go for it. He's just a scrawny fellow. So you do it. You yank him away from the obelisk. Obelisk.
Down monolith.
And the instant you do, the monolith crumbles and crashes to the ground. The room's no longer glowing.
Are you hungry?
Sorrel, are you okay?
He is quite disturbed by the event. He describes what he saw.
But he's conscious and well, he's speaking, so
Listening to Sorrel, I had this disturbing thought. Initially, I imagined us draining the power out of something evil, but what if this was guarding something evil?
And we just released all the evil from the obelisk.
well, if that's the case, then we'll simply have to hunt down whatever evil we've released and slay it.
I'm just going to say that as far as like seals.
Interruption! Suddenly, at this point, Sorrel sits up and raises his hands as if to create another portal. And he does so, and a man falls out.
Who is it?
What's he wearing?
Human man?
Is he wearing a yellow coat?
No, he's actually wearing like a business suit.
Oh.
Kind of like
From
an
whence
old
you
style,
came?
Which we wouldn't know was a business suit, probably.
Yeah.
Unless you're saying, like,
Yeah, it's
Our
like a
world style
steampunk, older, like 20s style, like nice.
As far as releasing evils into the world, I'm actually very disappointed. The Delkir, during the demon wars, when they first
I'm gonna
attacked
cautiously go up. Is he moving? Is he
conscious?
The man, he fell like 7 feet onto fairly rough ground, so he's you heard him grunt when he hit the ground. He's like, oh. Sorrel kind of like falls, like his eyes go back to his head, and he falls backwards into a daze after this. By the way, yeah, you guys can go talk to the man on the ground there.
Stand and make yourself known to us.
Man kind of stands up and looks around at all of you. He looks quite confused. He kind of catches his breath because he's been knocked out, so he's like wheezing and having a tough time. But he notices your weapon and he hears your threat. And he says, hey, I'm no threat. My name is Howard.
Howard the businessman.
I'll be the judge of that, Howard.
I think it's Howard. Give me a second. Let me double check this actually.
I'm going to use my divine sense again.
When you're done, I want to do something.
I'm just looking if he has like weapons and stuff. I'm
What is
just
that
looking.
supposed to mean?
To read his brain, and I don't know how I'll feel.
Yeah, it's Howard.
Depends on how I feel about this. I'm using my
That's
divine
actually
sense.
not what I was gonna do. I said I would
You
try
use
and be
your divine
nice.
sense?
Yes. I can.
Now that was
Within
I mean,
60 feet,
I
I
think
can
what he's
sense the
saying is
locations of
it's okay to be
celestials,
mean to people we don't
undead,
like.
or fiends,
Or don't know.
as well as hallowed or desecrated grounds.
No, you don't
Think of
sense
us
any
as
of
your new
those things.
As long as you
However-
don't eat us or people that we
You are
like.
my new
Yeah,
hive.
no, you don't sense those things.
That is a wonderful idea. You are
What
a
do I-
genius.
What do I sense from the destroyed obelisk?
Vance.
Nothing.
You are my
it's no
favorite
longer
hive
an
member.
evil thing.
Okay.
It's rock.
And I reach my
I'm gonna-
tentacle out to you, and I
I'll
just
put
like
my weapon
wave.
away. Well, he is not undead, and he's not
Actually,
a
you would
fiend.
see my mage hand come out.
Sorry.
Side
You're
conversation.
having a moment.
I
got
love
to witness
moments.
it.
Roleplay is the best. That's what I want. is
Vance
roleplay.
and I are now hive.
Oh, whoa!
Ew! We're now hive member friends.
Oh, okay.
Hive member mates.
I don't know if you'd want to commit to that too long, but yeah. Okay.
Well, I threw all of us into that mix.
We are now a hive. You are my hive members. But he is my favorite because all of you are ninny hammers.
Oh.
So Harold,
Howard.
Howard.
Howard,
I like that again.
I know.
Harold.
No.
I already forgot his name. Harold.
Howard.
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 That's not supposed to be part of the character, but it is now.
Slightly forgetful.
Just names.
Yeah.
All right,
Too much.
Howard. How are you?
Well, kind of hurt falling. I
Sean?
don't even know where I fell from. I was at my desk writing.
See the
Does
unconscious
the
guy?
word Sharn mean anything to you?
Sharn.
No.
Last war.
Don't get him started. Look,
Corvair?
different world. This guy brought
Everon?
us here. We're trying to. Well, actually, we're really kind of just meandering at this
You're
point.
talking to a giant cat. That does not bother you, though?
It seems like something that would be in one of my books.
That sounds
Maybe this is a dream.
Well, I think it's a very good dream.
What is the name of the
He
world?
pitches himself.
Did you touch a monolith?
I'm from a place called Earth.
Wait, you are not the horrible evil that I was promised, and so therefore you are only slightly disappointed.
Does he have any weapons on him?
Sorry. No.
He has a pen.
Yeah.
Yeah, he has a pen because he was
With a
writing.
fountain pen.
And it's not even magical. What is this?
Magic?
Well, we've got our guide here, and his
Magic
name
works?
Is Soros like actually unconscious?
Yeah, no, he's down for the count.
Oh.
I will go over and I will cast Cure Wounds on him.
Yeah, he revives.
Can I eat this one's brain?
He looks kind of confused and stunned, but
He's a
he's
pet.
there.
Better wait. Sorrel, I was told by you that you could only do that twice a day.
Yeah.
Is there anything else you've lied to us about?
Oh.
What do you mean?
Oh.
I have only cast it twice today.
You just summoned him.
That wasn't him.
How did that guy get here?
You opened a portal and conjured him.
Right after
It's
you
more
touch the obelisk.
transmutation. It's more
Maybe the obelisk
I
gave
don't-
him a third summon.
I don't remember doing that.
Then who was it?
Inside check?
Sure, go for it.
You probably
He did it
tell the truth,
unconsciously?
but- okay, that's
He doesn't remember
it
doing
might
it.
not
He
even
doesn't
have been
remember,
him doing it of his
so-
own volition, but I'm just gonna see.
Well, that seems like a conundrum.
Well, Howard, like us, you've been summoned to a new world.
I got an 8.
Yeah, he seems to be earnest.
Probably best, in your best interest, to accompany us to, what was the name of the town? Anvillion?
And the metalhead said I cannot eat your brain. So be happy.
We're on our way to a village called Anvillion, probably the nearest safe haven.
Can I return to my home?
We would all like that.
Yeah.
Well, it's like
I
assuming
mean
this is
that
a
we would all
dream.
like to
Join
return
the
to our
club.
homes.
Oh.
not-
We would like you home as well.
Is that what?
You're not welcome.
Excuse me, sir.
I'm generally indifferent, and if I do happen to be a figment of your dream, I imagine that it will only you'll only leave when you wake up. So as long as you're here, then you haven't woken up. And because time in and of itself.
Silence!
Harvey? Howard actually kind of
Clouds,
enjoys
Harvey?
talking to crowds because
Okay,
he's
you guys can have your own
also
private conversation.
He's a writer, so he enjoys the lore, the
What are we doing now?
storytelling.
Let's go back to the beach, keep heading north toward Anvillion.
Yes.
I agree.
I can. Yes.
I concur.
Howard, have you any experience fighting?
Only literarily.
You can't fight and you can't do magic. You sound like you're useless.
That's not very nice. I am a writer. I craft fantastic stories, fantasy, horror, fiction, nonfiction.
I know!
Me too.
You can write a story about our adventures.
But I was already going
Oh.
Our bard is.
So you're like a bard, but less useful.
Our
That's
bard
really
like
mean.
I feel like a bard would sing and dance. That's not really something I do. Right.
So you're,
Publish.
But you
so
write
you're like an
about-
archivist.
Yes.
That's even worse.
You're a pack
Oh my gosh!
Looking through my book, I have discovered it is conjuration, not transmutation. I
If
got those
all
backwards.
else fails, he can take an arrow that would hit one of us.
It's true. He's got a strong back. He can carry our packs.
My opinion of you just changed a little bit.
Of course, the goal is to keep everyone alive.
I'm going to hand you this, and I pull out my dagger, and I'm like, you may want. I realize you just said you're not much of a fighter, but you may want to keep this close.
Something for
Kind of
self-defense.
accepts it or left.
Are you familiar with large metal boxes with wheels?
Oh.
Sounds like you're describing a motor car.
Oh, what?
I assume? Yes.
How far have we come from where we were?
15 miles.
That is
That is
like a whole
significant.
day's
That
travel.
is yes. And
we said we're only like 3 days out, so that's like going back a day just to. We don't even know how fast that thing would go.
or if the
Or
car
would
would
it go
even
in the
work,
sand?
yes.
Yeah, if it'll work. Yeah. I say we keep going.
Yeah.
Okay.
Well, I would like to see if the metal box works.
Okay, you two go.
No, I'm not going to do that.
Shall we split?
Sorel was very insistent that it's dangerous out here.
So, you guys want to do anything else in these ruins before you go?
Nope.
No, I think we're.
I will take one last sweep around the ruins, looking for scent of dog tracks.
Okay, so make a nature check.
4.
You look around and there's tracks like everywhere. It's like there's so many feet. There's so many feet. You know, just walking around everywhere. You know, it's hard to say.
If you see something that I can devour its brains, let me know.
Yeah, you swear the dogs are around here somewhere. There's tracks everywhere.
Hmm.
They weave in and around the statues and amongst the stones of the wall.
Yeah, it's gone. Back to the beach.
All right. So thus you go. Quick question for everybody: what time do you guys prefer to end this
I
shindig?
was actually
Midnight.
Gonna say,
Just
I
kidding.
wish. I was actually gonna say I need to head out probably right now-ish. I have an early morning appointment.
Okay.
Oops.
Well, I think we could end there. I mean, I have another encounter. But
No,
it might take a while.
he wants to keep going.
No, I mean it
I'll
seems
leave
like
it
a
up to you
natural
guys.
stopping point.
That's only 2 hours. That's not very long.
But she has to go.
I know.
I can virtually come.
No, it's
And then
okay.
you
It's
can
okay.
catch me up.
It's okay. I just like playing.
And you've been
I was
halfway out the
thinking
door
either
now.
that or you can continue to role play. You know, talk about each other's characters, get to know them, and things like that.
That's okay. Sure. Okay. So we're ending, but we're still talking?
So we still have Howard among us,
Actually,
and we're heading back to the beach.
yes.
Yeah.
Let me actually describe the setting for the next
Set us up.
encounter before you leave, and then we can play the next time.
Okay.
So
So what's our next encounter?
you guys continue to walk. You walk about let's see, how far you guys gone? 15 miles. Go about 20 miles, and you come upon this scene.
You're probably going to have to plug back in.
Yeah, bear with me. Hold on.
A red-headed mermaid singing to a drowned man.
Can you just explain it?
Well, you see the man's ship went down, and the mermaid was a teenager with a crush.
Hey, why is it not showing up?
She swam and she saved him, and swam him to the beach, and then said to him to wake him up.
Oh, did the TV turn off?
Ah, maybe. That's okay, we don't need it. So, you guys continue to walk along the
You're back.
beach. All of a sudden, you come across the scene of. I'll say that you see it before you come up to it, but there is a ship that seems to be crashed across the beach.
For Christmas.
Um,
This is my new wedding.
It is in very poor repair. It seems like something very catastrophic happened to the ship. It's missing its entire back third.
Kind of like a traditional sailing mast.
Yeah, exactly. It was a sailing ship. It's missing the back third. But curiously, there is also a ton of spider webs that you begin to notice, which get larger and larger and thicker, getting closer to the ship. It essentially expands from the jungle to the ship and beyond for the foreseeable distance. The spider webs. Now, before you get to the webs, you do notice that there is a chest on the ground, as well as a whole bunch of scattered gold pieces and jewels.
Ooh.
You see, it seems very possible that the crashed ship, the chest may have come from there. There is other, sailing accoutrements kind of scattered across the place, boards, planks, bits of sail. But again, beyond that point is where the webs start to get very thick. And you notice that the ship is also covered in the web. So.
Spider webs?
Yes.
Let me
can
ask you a
only
question.
assume that they're spider webs.
How many characters are there right now that are playing?
8, 9?
9 characters?
9.
So us 7, Sorrel, and Howard.
Okay. I have more than 9 tentacles, so you should let me divide the treasure, and I'll just go and make little piles for everybody. Equally dividing the treasure. Let me do it! Let me do it!
Hold on. Before you walk up to the very obvious out in the open, seemingly randomly accidentally placed treasure. Sorrel, did you summon this?
This wasn't here last time I came this way.
So it's fresh.
The ship or the spider webs or both?
Both.
Okay. I will do that another time, but I am telling you, when I go to that gold, I'll go and I'll divide it all into piles, and it will be equal.
Insight check.
Because
I'm not telling you that I'm
Is he still your best
questioning
mate?
your judgment.
I don't know. Insight check. What is it? Then we'll let you go.
All right. Oh no, not one.
Obviously, she knows.
She does have 9 tentacles.
He.
Space for...
He.
Oh, he. Sorry, excuse me.
I'm just convinced that she's so straightforward that
He.
He has been
He. Oh,
very
you are he.
full of candor.
I misheard that from the beginning. I thought
He.
Yes.
I'm a male.
Okay.
The
I
manliest
have
of
any
all
females?
males.
clarified that.
You're female.
There's only one female. Maybe I should have been
Are you
male.
playing a dude
I
as
was
well?
a male, but I could be a woman. I don't know.
It's hard to tell.
Undecided.
Wait, so you
I'm
said this
yeah,
wasn't here on your journey down.
I'm ambiguous.
No, this is completely new.
It must be a recent thing. Perhaps there are survivors. I'm going to call out. Ho there!
Wait, I thought we
Are there any survivors?
I thought he was just explaining so that she could go.
I think this is for the next campaign. For next season.
Sorry, that was kind of my bad. I got excited about the jewels!
And this is where
Well, I'm actually very interested on how illithids demonstrate their gender or sex, if you're talking similarly biological. Based on your on what we know of illithid reproduction, since from what our understanding that illithids produce asexually, and so
I could show you, but I don't think anybody wants to see it, so shush.
Exactly.
Actually, there's
Anatomy
one final
lesson.
thing. This will be the last one of the night, but in response to his call, you actually do hear a voice coming from the ship that says, yeah, come save me, you filthy codwallops.
Save.
Sounds
I
like
don't know
a
how to save someone who just called me.
That's what we mean.
Okay.
And end scene.
Take your note of that one.
I bet this seems like a really short D&D session for you guys.
Well, I think...
Short and sweet.
No,
If-
seriously, one of their campaigns, they start at like 6 o'clock and they don't leave until like between 1 and 3 a.m.
To have
Sometimes.
delightfully
To
fun
have that